Jules, he absolutely was a star on the pitch tonight. Ahmad, you've 2 goals sealed, a first European win for Manchester United in over a year. How does it feel?
Nice. It's been a long time. We didn't win in the Europe. It was like 1 year, and today we were a little bit unlucky to score. But yeah, I'm happy to score 2 goals today, and the most important thing is the win, and together we won together.
Your celebration over in the corner, grabbing the badge, does that just show how much this means to you?
Yeah, of course. When I score, I like to celebrate with the fan and to make people enjoy, and yeah, I was happy.
You're talking about making people enjoy it. Talk me through the second goal, because you showed such great work rate to win it back. So what did you see when you pulled back to shoot?
I think is the work we did in the training. We have to press the opponent team, and yeah, I do my job. I press him and I take the ball, and I think it was better for me to shoot and score.
And now we spoke to Ruud van Nistelrooy this week. How much have you been enjoying working with him? How much has he helped improve your game this season?
Since he's arrived in Manchester United, he's been important for everyone. He's very close to the player, and he's always here to help the player, to talk with the player, and yeah, he's very important for this team.
Well done tonight.
Thank you so much.
Well, he's absolutely beaming, and you love to see it. He was really good out there on the pitch tonight. His 2 goals earned Manchester United that 3 points out there, their first win in Europe this season. And as he just goes off the pitch here, appreciated by these Manchester United fans at Old Trafford. He's barefoot as well, by the way. There you go, he's taking his boots off. He did get a bit of a knock, didn't he, Paul? Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, we saw I got a little bit of a knock tonight. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. I'm ready to play on Sunday. That performance, I think, tonight warrants it.
OK, well, who are you waving at there, Paul?
Someone just like, are you Paul?
You are popular around here, actually, and not just with the Manchester United lot, because one of the Paok players came over and asked for your autograph, didn't they?
He did, yeah. I wasn't sure he remembered me. It was such a long time ago. Yeah, but he wanted an autograph for his dad, so I obliged.
Did he there?
There he is,
are.
yeah. Number 27.
That's
I can't say that. What's that say?
There we are. Very nice. There you go. Appreciation, Paul, from the opposition.
Yeah, I think I spelt it right as well.
Good. Well done. What did you make of United tonight overall?
I thought they were all right. The game was a little bit flat, I suppose, but I think they did enough to win the game. I thought they was in control of it in most times of the game. Really, there was a little spell after we scored actually that Paok became a little bit more dangerous. They had that great chance, as I'm sure we'll see. But other than that, I thought it was quite a comfortable evening. I thought Casemiro and Ugarte, I think that could be the start of something. If we're looking forward towards Amorim, that looks like a partnership that could be good together. I think it allows Bruno a little bit more freedom up the top of the pitch. It was a little bit disappointing in Highland, really. Thought he had a tough night, a difficult night. I think he will improve, though. I think he will get better once he's coached by a coach who I think will believe him. I'm not saying Ruud doesn't believe in him, but we've seen the effect that the centre forward has over in Sporting Lisbon. He scores lots of goals, and I think Ireland is capable of that. Obviously for Diallo as well, it's a great night for him. Someone who's in and out really needs to try and cement a place, and I think tonight he's gone a long way to doing that.
He began this season starting pretty much most of the games under Erik ten Hag, Ahmad, and then he kind of went out of the team a little bit. He's worked his way back in tonight, just his second start in 9 games, and he looked fresh out there, Karen.
Yeah, we picked him out first 20 minutes, brightest player, sharp, quick, had energy, and he did a press in the first part of the game, and he got the crowd going, and sometimes you need that here. Obviously the mood has been flat, but I keep mentioning the word energy because sometimes running that gets the crowd going, and obviously that helped him get his second goal as well. But I thought he was the brightest spark tonight. It's just, as a young player and a wide player, is consistency. And you mentioned he's been in and out. You have to be consistently good as a wide player and do the right things at the right time, but that comes with age.
And here's the man who's been coaching him since the start of this season. Ruud van Nistelrooy has come back out to join us. Ruud, thank you so much. We've just been kind of having an overview of the full 90 minutes. What did you make of it?
Let's start with a pretty poor first half, and then I'm nice. And second half was way better. That was clear. I think Ahmad was made a difference for us today. Obviously, because of his goals, but he was sharp. I think in the first half was also one of the few that had his level. So well done to him. Good game. I think positionally we weren't good at all in the first half. We left our positions. We were taking lots of other positions than we set, because in their 4-4-2 there was 4 midfielders for us against the 2, so to give them a problem. So we were too much out of position and we didn't get the game going. Second half, that was a lot better, and then we got into the game.
Let's focus on the positives then, because Ahmad was a bright spark out there for you today. Yeah. These were his first goals since August. So let's take a look at them, because the first one was a header.
Yeah.
What do you make of the goal?
No, it's a good goal. I mean, we like when we're in those spaces where Bruno is to put the ball in between the keeper and the back line. You see the 3 players in the movement, and it's something we work on a lot, also from the beginning of the season. So it's also always dangerous areas to cross from and to I headed it in.
You did. It looked like you were.
So yeah, this we needed. It was a good goal, good Bruno assist, and something that I like the movement of the 3 reacting on Bruno's cross. So that was good.
This second goal was a great hit. It did take a little deflection, but that doesn't matter, does it?
No, he made his own goal. I mean, there was Christian tried to cross it and coming inside with the left, getting it in the far post was excellent. But this is what made the goal. You know, he won his own duel and took the shot for the goal. So good goal, yeah.
What's he been like in training? Has he been pushing to start?
Well, he's been incredible actually. Every time he was never affected by not playing. He was always training well, always stayed on the pitch, doing extra bits. Ruud, let's do more. Ruud, let's do more. And
boss, let's do more.
Yeah, then now, yeah, just a week. But we did a lot of work before when he called me Ruud, and also that's an example. That's an example.
Yeah, Ruud, I want to talk about Bruno really.
I tried to say it to the whole team. If we can keep those positions, the 10s, and it was Ahmad today from the right inside with Mazraoui high up and Bruno on the other side. There's 2 players who can play in these spaces. If we can get from the 6s to them or via the sides to them, then we have everything to play for. We got Rasmus with his runs. It was actually the first good game, good attack in the game where we found him behind the pressure.
The pass was just a little bit short.
A little bit short for Rasmus here when he made the run, and it's exactly what we wanted to achieve. But then we left our position so much again, and it's all goodwill, but it's not helping the team. Not only Bruno, but more players. And second half we stayed more in those positions and we found each other easier, and that led to more danger.
I think that's key for Rasmus as well. You need partnerships in team, don't you? And I think as long as you can get people close to him, I think he had a little bit of a difficult tonight. It weren't his best night, but as you say, that first little bit where Bruno turns, he's in the space, Rasmus makes a run, he can do that, but it didn't happen enough tonight for him.
Didn't happen enough. Second half we were better in positions, but also some crosses where he makes runs in the box that didn't come at the time. So but overall, I said to the lads before the game, it was a year ago since there was the last European win at Old Trafford. I had to
crazy.
We showed that and we looked at that and I can't believe this. So we need. I also urge to it's time to get this turned around and change and build on something again, and that's what it's about, I think, at this period of time at the club in general.
Yeah, it's a big win. It's a big win.
Ruud, one more game in the dugout as interim manager here on Sunday against Leicester. How much have you enjoyed this spell, albeit short?
Oh, well, for me it was important to get results coming, and there was the Leicester game, the Chelsea game, and now this one. So I can only be happy with the performance that the players put in, and the bit that I could do to help them. I enjoy it, but Sunday is another one, and I'm so focused on doing that. Then hardly thinking of what will be next. But it will be a time to do so.
We know you're determined to stay. Have you checked that phone yet? You
I
said you were
did
going
when I
to.
left your desk. I
Nothing.
did completely. I checked my Wi-Fi, and it was all on. So nothing yet. Patience.
Ruud, thank you. We
Thank
really
you so
appreciate your
much.
time. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Take care. Thanks.
All the Ruud, brilliant. All the best, mate. Good to see you.
Paul, as always, great to hear from Ruud. It has been a really short spell, but you can tell just how much he's embraced it.
He just looks like a manager when you see him on the sideline. There's that passion there. He even dresses like a manager. He looks like a manager.
What is it, the roll neck? Does that make a good manager?
It must be the roll neck, yeah. It's the fashion, yeah. The trainers as well. It must be that. The long coat. I don't know what it is, but it just he speaks well, does he? He's nice and calm, nice and relaxed. Goes about his business really, really well, and I'm pretty sure he must have the bug back to be a manager when you've done it and been successful as he was in Holland as well. Going back to being assistant, it must be quite difficult because you'll be frustrated. And I asked him about that before the game, because there are the certain things you'll want to do that you don't agree with the manager, and you can say it, but it doesn't matter. The buck stops with the manager. And I think Ruud now, look, I don't know if he's going to stay. I don't know. That'll be up to the new men, the men from Ineos, of course.
Would you be disappointed if he didn't?
I don't know if disappointed is the right word, because I think he should be manager. Just watching the 3 games, he did well in Holland, as I say. He won the Dutch Cup, he won other things. He just looks like he's made to be a manager to me. I don't think he should be anybody's, not puppet, but I think he's better than being an assistant manager. I think he should be managing a club.
We interview a lot of people, don't we? And like, there is a certain charm and charisma about him.
Presence.
There's a presence
there's
about
a
him,
presence. I mean, I asked him a question earlier and I was like, I'm not sure whether I like it. And he kind of came back with it and I was like, you've got something about you there. Because maybe other people we've interviewed would just back that off. And even on the side, there is that, again, that presence. He's leaning on his team. He just looks confident. I know it might be interim period, but I certainly think, I'm sure there's a part of him that will want to be here to make that change. But I do think he's a manager, and I think being a number 2 might be backwards for him now. Yeah, I know that sounds bizarre, but I think he's ready to go again.
Agree?
Yeah, like I say, I can't really add anything else to it. He just looks like a manager. He feels like a manager. Said there's that passion on the sideline. He looks like he's got a really good way with his players. Well, I think the players, when they came off, they were respectful of him. They shake his hand and give him a little hug here and there. So it just feels right for me to Ruud go on to be a manager. But look, if he wants to stay, he's got his contract to stay, as he said, for the next 18 months. And if the powers that be still want him, then why not?
Yeah. Well, welcome back to Old Trafford. Don't worry, guys, it wasn't that much of a close-up. You were both trying to avoid that one, weren't you? A 2-0 victory for Manchester United here against Paok in the Europa League. We just heard Karen and Paul's thoughts on Ruud van Nistelrooy, whether he would stay, whether he would be leaving after Sunday's match against Leicester. Let's get the thoughts now of Andre Onana on that very subject with Danny Jameson.
There's one more game now of Ruud van Nistelrooy's interim spell in charge. I know he doesn't know whether he's going to stay on, but you and the rest of the players, would you like to see him be part of Ruben Amorim's backroom team?
100%. He's a very good guy, very good coach. Since he's here, he's helping us a lot. He has so much experience, and he advises us a lot. He's doing amazing since he's here. Obviously we have him a few days as a head coach. He's different, but he's doing amazing. It's fantastic what he's doing, and players are happy. So, yeah. But in the end of the day, it's not something we can decide now, because the club made the decision, and we have to accept. But this has to be between him and the club, because in the end of the day, they are the one who have to sit on the table and look what is the best for the club.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, the players know that the decision is obviously out of their hands, but clearly, Paul, they have all loved working with Ruud.
Yeah, I imagine they will. As we said, he's got a good way about him. I'm sure, I've never seen him coach, but I'm sure he's a very good coach. But unfortunately, that decision will not be up to the players. I think it should be down to Amorim. If he thinks he's useful, he thinks he'd be useful around and keeping around as a part of his staff, then yeah, why not? And you also have to think about Ruud. What will Ruud want? Does he want to be very close to the manager? You think if he's bringing 3 or 4 people in, then it would be a role that will go a little bit down the pecking order and something. It might not be interesting, but you can see the passion there. You can see why he's like. You can see why players like him. And yeah, I'm sure they would like him, but unfortunately, that's down to Ineos or or Ruben Amorim.
Yeah, well, we wish him the best of luck, whatever ends up happening with that decision. What about Ruben Amorim? 4 days to go, Karen, before this new managerial era takes place here at Manchester United. I imagine he'll have been watching from afar tonight. What do you think he'll have made of the performance and what he's coming into?
Well, there's no doubt he would have been watching. He's got to get up to speed and very quick, and then coming into the international break. You know what? I don't think he would have learned any. I think he'll only learn when he gets in and sees the group. If he's playing this system, he's got to look people in the eye. Can they run? Can they do what he needs to do? I think we'll only know more when he starts getting a sense of who's got in the squad. I still think, he's just got to get in there, hasn't he, Scholes, really?
Yeah, he has. Think about it. I'm really excited about it because, we've been for managers, we've been for players that we haven't really had any competition to try and sign, especially some of the players. We're buying these players, and there's not Barcelona, there's not Man City, there's not Liverpool, there's not the big clubs who are after them. I think with Ruben Amorim, everyone's looking, and they're a little bit jealous because I think some of them really, really want it. I know he spoke about City once Pep decides to go, so he's thought of in them that high regard. So that's something we haven't really had before. You think of Van Gaal. Van Gaal to go on and get a big job at that stage of his career, it was a bit of a surprise. Obviously, Jose Mourinho, this was probably his last big job, and it was a little bit of a surprise then as well because you think of all the Chelsea, the rivalry between them. This is the first one where you think, yes, it's a real coup. We've got in there before 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 top clubs around Europe, and it's exciting. We can't wait for him to come.
13th in the Premier League. The question is the focus going to be on what they can achieve this season, or are things more about the long term? Can they achieve top 4 this season under the new manager?
From what we've seen this season, I don't think so. Again, but it depends what bounce he can get out of the players. But I don't think the team's mobile enough to do what he wants them to do in that short space of time. And he's only got a 2.5-year deal, Jules. So, but I don't think it'll be this season we'll see huge success. Might still be a little bit more suffering before that success.
What do you think? Top 4, is it achievable?
I don't think so. I think it has to be a miracle worker to get just top 4. It's gonna take time. We know that. It could even take 6 weeks. As Karen said, this team probably aren't mobile enough. It could take him 6 weeks to get him to the kind of fitness levels he wants. Now you look around the team. I think there are certain parts of it where it will fit into his system. They've got 3 of 6 centre halves. The 2 in midfield I was quite impressed with tonight. I think that's been a problem area for quite some time. But I thought Ugarte and Casemiro really linked up. I think they've got several options as well for their number 10 roles. So, look, fingers crossed he does a good job.
Well,